Scary story time while I make slime, cheating edition. Y'all are gonna understand why I say this story is scary, because this is insane. Get your money's worth and let it drain. This story time was sent in by a supporter, honey, and it had me on my tippy toes. So we're gonna call this woman Natalie. Natalie is a 27-year-old woman with 3 kids and 1 baby on the way. Her children's father, his name is Matthew, and he's 30 years old. Now Matthew and Natalie, they've been involved with each other 4 years at this point. Matthew even proposed to Natalie a little over 3 years ago. Unfortunately though, Natalie and Matthew never got the chance to get married because they got too invested in their children's lives. Fast forward, Natalie is 5 months pregnant and she's ready. She's like, you know what? I want a new life. I'm tired of just being known as mom. We're getting married this year and that's that. Matthew was like, girl, okay, we can get married this year. I have no issue with it. When do you want to get married? She says, as soon as I drop this baby, because you know she's 5 months pregnant. By the way, it's the shaving cream that activates my slime, specifically this one. And the glue I'm using is the crazy glue. Yeah, specifically this big jug. Don't mind the slime in here. Right away, Natalie gets to planning this wedding and she scheduled it 4 months after her baby was born. She runs it to Matthew and Matthew's like, it fits on my schedule, so that's the plan. Now, being the outsider looking in, they are the picture perfect couple. They have no issues. They don't argue. They're literally happily married. Unfortunately, after their baby girl is born, shortly after, Natalie, she ends up getting in a car accident and she's in a coma. So this leaves all of the work, the children, everything to Matthew. At this point in time, Matthew is distraught, and you know, he was helping out with the kids when Nat was there to help him, but he wasn't the full-time parent. He realized how much of his kid's life he was missing. He didn't know their favorite color. He didn't know their favorite food. Natalie knew all of this. So an idea came to his head. He's like, you know what? Natalie would have wrote this all down, maybe in the notes app or on a piece of paper. Let me just go through her belongings. He's going through her belongings when he finds a laptop that he doesn't recognize. He never even knew Natalie had a laptop. Still not thinking anything weird, he just goes through the laptop trying to find anything that can tell him about his kids. And this is where he discovers a conversation between Natalie and this guy named Kay. Now, when Matthew clicks on the text thread, the very first thing that he notices is this Kay dude, this mystery guy. He says he would like to get to know his daughter. Natalie then replies and says, no, it was a stupid mistake. She has a father. They're going backwards and forth at this point, and Kay says, I'm the father. I do not want another man raising my biological child. Matthew's heart automatically drops to the ground. His heart is no longer in his body. So at this point, he's devastated. And he's like, this just can't be. Like, this isn't real. Like, there's no way that this is, you know, the truth. So he